1960. The year music changed forever. 20 songs dominated the charts. But here's the thing. Most people today can't name even 10 of them. These weren't just hits. They were massive chart toppers that ruled the airwaves. So let's see if you can remember them. Because this trip down memory lane might surprise you. Today we're going back 65 years. Back to 1960. This was the year right before the British invasion. Before the Beatles changed everything. It was a golden moment. When American rock and roll, country, and pop collided. And these 20 songs? They define that year. But most of them have faded from memory, buried under decades of newer hits. Let's bring them back to life, one by one, starting with number 1. Theme from A Summer Place, Percy Faith. Percy Faith and his orchestra gave us the biggest hit of 1960. An instrumental. No words, just pure emotion. The theme from the movie, A Summer Place, spent 9 weeks at number 1. 9 weeks. This instrumental earned a Grammy Award for Record of the Year in 1961. Picture this: sweeping strings, romantic melodies, the sound of young love on a beach. It wasn't rock and roll, but it captured something universal. Your parents probably slow danced to this. At proms, at weddings. Today, most people under 50 have never heard it. But back then this was the sound of romance.
He'll have to go.
He'll Have to Go, Jim Reeves. Jim Reeves had that voice, smooth as velvet. He'll Have to Go was a country song that crossed over to pop. The story? A man calling his lover, asking her to whisper so her new boyfriend won't hear. It's heartbreak wrapped in gentleness. Reeves didn't shout. He didn't plead. He just asked quietly.
Whisper to me, tell me do.
Song spent 14 weeks on the charts. Country music in 1960 wasn't what it is today. It was softer, more intimate. This song proved you didn't need guitars screaming to touch people's hearts. Jim Reeves died in a plane crash just 4 years later. But this song? It's timeless.
To go.
Kathy's Clown, the Everly Brothers. The Everly Brothers were harmony perfection. Don and Phil Everly created something special with Kathy's Clown. This was their biggest hit ever. Number 1 for 5 weeks. The song hit number 1 in the US R&B charts and the UK. The story? A guy realizing he's being played, made to look like a fool. But instead of anger, there's just sadness in those harmonies. Listen to how their voices blend. It's almost supernatural. The Everly Brothers influenced everyone who came after. The Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, even the Beach Boys. This song was their masterpiece, written by them, performed by them. And somehow, it's been forgotten by a whole generation.
I hear this sound. You got the sky,
Running Bear, Johnny Preston. Here's where 1960 gets interesting. Johnny Preston gave us a song about forbidden love. Native American style. Running Bear tells the story of 2 lovers from rival tribes, separated by a river. Spoiler alert, it's tragic. They both drown trying to reach each other. But the song? It's upbeat, almost cheerful. That contrast made it memorable and controversial.
side of the river.
The backing vocals? They're doing war chants. Today this would never fly. But in 1960, it spent 3 weeks at number 1. It's a snapshot of a different time, when cultural sensitivity wasn't even a concept. The melody sticks with you, even if the story makes you cringe.
Such a lovely sight to see.
Teen angel, can you hear me?
Teen Angel, Mark Dinning. Death ballads were huge in 1960, and Teen Angel might be the saddest. Mark Dinning sang about a girl who dies on railroad tracks. She went back to get her boyfriend's high school ring. A train hit her. The end. Dark, right? But teenagers ate it up. This was the era of tragic romance.
Teen angel.
Romeo and Juliet for the jukebox generation. The song spent 2 weeks at number 1. Dinning's voice is haunting, full of regret and loss. Your grandparents probably cried to this. At sock hops. In their rooms. It's melodramatic. But in 1960, that's exactly what people wanted. Real emotions. Raw and unfiltered.
Clutched in your face.
I'm sorry.
6. I'm Sorry, Brenda Lee. Brenda Lee was only 15 when she recorded this. 15. And she sang like she'd lived a lifetime. I'm Sorry is pure heartbreak. A girl apologizing for hurting someone she loves. Her voice cracks with emotion. You believe every word. The song stayed on the charts for 23 weeks, longer than any other #1 hit from 1960. Think about that. A teenager outselling everyone. Brenda Lee was 4'9". They called her Little Miss Dynamite. Small package. Enormous voice. This song proved you didn't need to be grown to understand pain. She made us all believe in second chances.
So cruel.
Waiting for the right time. Now that you're here.
It's now or never. Elvis Presley. The king couldn't stay away from the charts. Elvis took an Italian song from 1898, O Sol Mio, and turned it into It's Now or Never. It's opera meets rock and roll. Elvis at his most dramatic. The song spent 5 weeks at #1. After his army service, Elvis was different. More mature. More polished. This wasn't Hound Dog. This was Elvis showing his range. Those high notes? Pure power. The lyrics are urgent. Passionate. A man who can't wait any longer. It sold over 20 million copies worldwide. Elvis proved he could dominate any genre. Any style. He wasn't just a rock and roller anymore. He was an artist.
It's love.
Because of what I'm putting down. Ooh, baby.
Handyman, Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones gave us a different kind of handyman. Not the kind who fixes pipes. The kind who fixes broken hearts. Handyman is smooth, confident, almost cocky. Jones is telling you, I'm the guy you need. When love falls apart. That bass line? It grooves. The background singers echo every line. Creating this call and response magic. The song peaked at #2. Never quite made it to the top. But it influenced decades of R&B and soul. Later, James Taylor covered it. Turned it into a 70s hit. But the original? That's where the magic started. Jimmy Jones had swagger before swagger was even a word.
Stuck on you. I'm gonna run my thing.
Stuck on You, Elvis Presley. Elvis again. Because 1960 belonged to him. Stuck on You was his first single after the army. Fans had waited 2 years. Would he still be the same? The answer? Yes and no. The song is playful. Light. A little bit country, a little bit rock. It's Elvis saying, I'm back. And I'm not going anywhere.
Stuck on you.
4 weeks at #1. The melody bounces. Makes you want to dance. This wasn't trying to be groundbreaking. It was just fun. After all the serious ballads, Elvis reminded us why we loved him. He could be silly, romantic, and still the coolest guy in the room.
I'm gonna run my fingers through your long black hair. Gonna twist it, till we tear the house down.
The twist, Chubby Checker. This is the big one. Chubby Checker's The Twist became the only song in rock and roll history to top the charts twice. First in 1960, then again in 1962. It wasn't just a song. It was a movement. Suddenly everyone was doing the twist. Young people, old people, even your grandmother. No partner needed. You just twisted. Like putting out a cigarette with your foot. The dance was simple. The song was infectious. Chubby Checker didn't write it, but he owned it. Dick Clark played it on American Bandstand, and America went crazy. This song bridged generations, broke down barriers. For a brief moment, everyone was twisting together.
And mama ain't around.
'Cause everybody's somebody's fool.
Everybody's somebody's fool, Connie Francis. Connie Francis understood heartbreak. Everybody's somebody's fool is resigned sadness. She's singing about being left behind, used, forgotten. But instead of anger, there's acceptance. It's not just me, she says. Everyone gets hurt.
I couldn't bring myself to say goodbye.
The song spent 2 weeks at #1. Connie's voice has this trembling quality. Like she's about to cry but holding it together. She was one of the biggest female stars of the era. Sang in multiple languages. Sold millions of records. This song showed her vulnerability. And that's why people loved her. She wasn't perfect. She was real.
Yes, everybody's somebody's fool.
I'll make you settle down.
Wild One, Bobby Rydell. Bobby Rydell was a teen idol. Wild One was anything but. Well, by 1960 standards anyway. He's singing to a girl who's unpredictable, exciting, dangerous. The horns punch through. The rhythm drives forward. It's rock and roll for teenagers whose parents were watching. Rydell had that boy-next-door charm. But with an edge. The song climbed to number 2. Philadelphia was cranking out teen idols. Fabian, Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell. They were marketed, packaged, sold. But the songs worked, and kids loved them. Wild One proved you could be wholesome and rebellious at the same time.
Through green fields.
Greenfields, the Brothers 4. Folk music was brewing in 1960. The Brothers 4 gave us Greenfields. Gentle, acoustic, nostalgic. The song is about longing, missing simpler times. 4-part harmony, guitar. Nothing else needed. It peaked at number 2, right behind Elvis. This wasn't rock and roll. This was folk revival.
How can I keep?
The Kingston Trio had opened the door. The Brothers 4 walked through. Within a few years, Bob Dylan would blow that door off completely. But in 1960, folk was still sweet, still innocent. Greenfields is beautiful, peaceful. It's the sound of 4 guys who just love to sing together. No gimmicks, no tricks, just harmony.
Used to roll. What in the world's come over you?
What in the world's come over you, Jack Scott? Jack Scott asked the question we've all asked. What happened to you? Why did you change? What in the world's come over you is confusion turned into music. His voice is powerful, almost aggressive in its questioning. The song Rockabilly, raw, emotional. It spent 5 weeks in the top 10. Scott was Canadian, but he conquered American charts. His style was rougher than most, more authentic. This wasn't polished pop. This was real feeling. When someone changes on you, you want answers. Jack Scott demanded them, and we felt every word.
This is what in the world.
The night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil wildcats.
El Paso, Marty Robbins. Here's something different. Story song. Marty Robbins gave us a Western epic in 4.5 minutes. El Paso tells the tale of a cowboy in love with a Mexican girl named Felina. He kills a man in jealousy, runs away, comes back, gets shot. It's a movie and a song. The song spent multiple weeks at number 1 and became a crossover hit. Country music could tell stories like no other genre. Robbins' voice paints pictures. You see the desert, the cantina, the shootout. 4.5 minutes felt like 30. This song won a Grammy, became a classic. It proved country music could compete with anything on pop radio. And that stories, when told right, never get old.
Music would play and Felina would whirl.
Alley Oop, the Hollywood Argyles. Novelty songs were huge in 1960. Alley Oop is about a caveman from the comic strip. He's strong. He rides a dinosaur. He's the king of the Stone Age. The song is silly, fun, ridiculous, and it went to number 1. The Hollywood Argyles were basically a studio creation. Producer Kim Foley threw together some musicians, made this record. It caught fire. The backing vocals sound like cavemen grunting.
Limbs off a tree.
Kids loved it. Adults scratched their heads. But here's the thing, it worked. Sometimes music doesn't need to be serious. Sometimes a song about a cartoon caveman is exactly what the world needs. My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own, Connie Francis. Connie Francis is back with another heartbreak anthem. My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own is about wanting to be strong, but your heart won't cooperate. You tell yourself to move on, but your heart says no. The song spent 2 weeks at number 1. Connie had this ability to express what everyone was feeling. She wasn't the best singer technically, but emotionally, nobody touched her. This song is relatable. We've all been there. Head says one thing, heart says another. Connie Francis gave voice to that struggle, and millions of people felt seen. Sweet Nothings, Brenda Lee. Brenda Lee returns with something sweeter. Sweet Nothings is about those little things lovers say. Meaningless words that mean everything. The song bubbles with joy. It's playful, innocent. Brenda's 16 here, singing about puppy love. But she sells it completely. The production is crisp. The melody catchy. It peaked at number 4. Another massive hit for Little Miss Dynamite. This song represents the flip side of 1960. Not everything was tragic romance and death ballads. Sometimes love was just fun. Brenda reminded us of that. Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, Brian Hyland. The longest title in our countdown. Brian Hyland gave us a summer novelty that became a phenomenon. A girl's afraid to come out of the locker room. What? Her bikini's too revealing. By today's standards, this is quaint. Adorable even.
Before, tell the people what she wore.
But in 1960, bikinis were scandalous. The song is cute, catchy, impossible to forget. It went to number 1. Became a cultural touchstone. Brian Hyland was 16. Singing about teenage embarrassment. The song works because it's lighthearted. Not making fun. Just gently teasing. Decades later, people still know this song. That title alone ensures immortality. Only the Lonely, Roy Orbison. We end with a masterpiece. Roy Orbison's voice was unlike anyone else's. Only the Lonely showcases his incredible range. The song is operatic, dramatic, heartbreaking. Orbison sings about isolation, about being the only one who understands real loneliness. Those vocals soar. They cry out. The production is lush, strings, atmosphere. It peaked at number 2. Never quite hit number 1. But it became Roy Orbison's signature. He was the king of the Lonely Hearts Club. Everyone from Bruce Springsteen to Bono cites him as an influence. Only the Lonely is timeless. Because loneliness never goes out of style. 20 songs that dominated 1960. How many did you remember? These weren't just hits. They were the soundtrack to a pivotal year. Music in 1960 bridged rock and roll's rebellious past with the more polished sounds that would define the 60s. Within a few years, the Beatles would arrive. Everything would change. But these 20 songs? They captured a moment. Right before the revolution. Some were tragic. Some were silly. Some were pure genius. All of them deserve to be remembered. If you enjoyed this trip back to 1960, hit that like button. Subscribe for more forgotten music history. Drop a comment telling me which song surprised you most, or which one you'd completely forgotten. Let's keep these classics alive, because music this good shouldn't stay buried. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep listening to the oldies.